Oliver, have you got any opening thoughts that you can share with us from the sort of the Buddhist tradition? That'd be wonderful.
Absolutely. And I think it was very interesting that Avanti brought up the Vedantic, right, view. Um, in fact, from what I have learned from Buddhism, this is, first of all, I think it agrees on this consciousness, observe consciousness itself, and the analogy of electricity, it is there. This is no difference from the Buddhism, of course. And I guess a couple of things when we explain a philosopher's system, um, and some of the things need to do is to define some of the terms and then maybe the boundaries, things like that. I guess in lots of time when we hear a certain term or name of a philosophical system, automatically we have an impression, we have our own definition of it. So it's important to clarify. It was amazing to me over the many years of study, like the year one or the year zero, even the years minus, you have different understanding. Because in my mind, Buddhism was something like, you burn incense, you respect, do good deeds, statues, temples. But then, after many years, I realized there's a lot more than that. There was not even touching the essence at all. Some of the, at a certain level, I think the consciousness to what Avanti has brought up, Buddhism has that. You have the consciousness. The consciousness, I guess, unlike the discussion we had before we started live streaming, like is anything new? It's there. Right? Beings, sentient beings, not only human, any type of beings, especially sentient beings. Non-sentient beings are different thing, but we still can say there's a consciousness. So it is there. If there's anything that's not that way, let's say, then it's not the essence. It's like there's a mirror and then there's a dust on it. The conscious itself is like the mirror. It is always there. It's never disappeared. However, the consciousness, the way we think consciousness, maybe as well as everything else, is actually made up. I think Lauren also brought this up too, right? There is the illusion, right? The closest analogy is the dream, right? Imagine if we are actually making everything up, right? With our ultimate consciousness, then we are in the dream. Then what is consciousness, right? From the ultimate level is that in the analogy of a dream is the state of waking up, right? However, it is pretty challenging, for example, talking about or study, research the state of waking up while we are sleeping, right? So that's the one, I think one level of Buddhism has been teaching. So I guess number one, you have the consciousness is always there. It is possible to wake up. There are different ways to wake up or to realize what the real consciousness is, even in the state of dreaming. For most people or most beings, we are in a state of dreaming. Well, hopefully it makes sense. This is has whatever Avanti has talked included, but there is one, or just from another perspective. For example, the analogy of dreaming.
Mm.
I hope that makes sense.